Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is going to be a response to Chad, the random 1369, I believe is the number at the end there. Yeah, 1369. Um, he put up a contest a little while ago, and finally got home this afternoon and had a little bit extra time. So before I run out this evening, I wanted to make sure I did a response to Chad's contest. And I think there's actually one or two others I have in my saved favorites that I want to make sure I do a response to. So I'm going to try to make sure I get a chance to pay tribute to all those guys that have contests floating out there right now. Um, but yeah, I mean, for those of you that have been in the VC for a while, you guys know Chad. Really cool guy. Excuse me. Kind of a energetic, laid back kind of guy, if that makes sense. I guess I noticed that 'cause that's kind of the personality I click with, if you will. So he's really cool guy. Been in the VC for quite some time. A lot of people probably know him by his freaky mannequin in the background of a lot of his videos, which I think is kind of cool. Actually, wouldn't mind having one of those myself. But yeah, Chad, I just want to make sure that I jumped in on your contest and did a response. And as always, let me know what you think. But basically, Chad was just kind of asking us about, Record Store Day, things we went out and got in the past, things we're excited or looking towards this year. Um, if there's kind of ritual type of things we do on that day and so forth. And oddly enough, especially for a lot of you that know me, may find it a little surprising that I'm not really a huge Record Store Day fan at all. Um, of course, I love the fact that we bring attention to, the independent record stores, and I love going out on Record Store Day and just kind of being around the energy and all of that stuff. But typically, I'm not one that gets very, very excited about running out to grab certain things on Record Store Day. Um, and I think that's a couple different reasons. Again, I haven't been collecting that long, and this is a lot, of course, my experience, because I'm sure a lot of you will have experienced it in a totally different situation. And of course, we also know that all stores don't get every single thing that's put out on Record Store Day. So what you might have experienced in your store or whatever could be totally different than the few times I've experienced Record Store Day. Because again, I haven't been collecting that long at all. So in my experiences with the stores that I've gone to and so forth, one of the things that I don't like about Record Store Day is I don't get a lot of excitement about a lot of the unique type of things they put out on Record Store Day. Pretty much anything on 10-inch is a done deal for me, number one. I mean, I don't see a lot of that, but I just remember a couple things. And just stuff like, special live recordings that have never been released before, or, you know, just that type of stuff. That kind of stuff just doesn't excite me as much. Even outside of Record Store Day, that's not something I gravitate to as much. Pretty much it's kind of like I'm a greatest hits or studio album kind of guy. All that unique stuff that falls in the middle, which is why I can never purchase bootlegs, that type of thing, because there's just something about it that I don't connect with that much. So again, when you have a lot of Record Store Day stuff, again, the stores I've experienced and so forth, that kind of stuff doesn't excite me that much. The thing that will excite me about a Record Store Day is when there's a so-and-so studio album that's never been released on vinyl before. It's like, okay, now I'm that kind of gets me pumped up because it's still a studio album. But if it's that same artist but live recording or demo tapes from blah blah blah, and that stuff just does not excite me at all. So again, in my experience, that has been kind of why I don't get super juiced up around Record Store Day in terms of the items, but really more so of just it being a cool day in stores doing big things, and all of that is the big thing. So now, with that being said, there has been one or two Record Store Days where I kind of went out and got excited about something, but I really think most of the times I've gone on Record Store Day, the things I bought were just things in the store that had nothing to do with Record Store Day releases. Just an excuse to go spend money on vinyl because everyone else is doing it. But let me show you one piece that I actually did go out and seek on Record Store Day. So this is one of the few that you know, I was actually pursuing pretty hard, and I think this was in 2010 or something like that, when the Flaming Lips released this, which is basically kind of the, you know, their cover of a lot of the Dark Side of the Moon. And I don't know, there was just something about this album that I really wanted. You know, the Flaming Lips are like, between them and like Jack White, they put out a million different things every Record Store Day. But yeah, for whatever reason, it was just something that I really, really wanted. And you know, it's a kind of a neat clear. Again, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of clear or colored vinyl, but this is kind of like an aqua bluish green or something like that. So this was one that I've actively went out to get that day, and I was really happy to pick up a copy of it. But really going back to this album was about the last time that there was one that I was specifically looking for. Now this year, I will say, I think if I remember correctly, oh, and I'm forgetting which one now, but I know that there's one or two Joan Jett things that are coming out this Record Store Day, and I think one is an album that's never been released on vinyl before. The one with the blue. Oh, I'm drawing a total brain fart here, but I remember seeing that on the list, and it was one that I thought was kind of, you know, I wouldn't mind getting out there and getting my hands on. So that'll be the one thing I will probably be shooting for this Record Store Day. One other Record Store Day pickup that I had, and I think this actually might have been after the fact, but it's this 7-inch single right here, which is Passion Pit, Little Secrets, which is kind of a neat song, and I really like by them, and I picked that up one Record Store Day as well. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's just really hard to go through my collection and find a bunch of Record Store Day stuff. So, you know, I'll definitely be out there, and I'll be, you know, looking for stuff and kind of absorbing the energy of the day and all that great stuff as well. But so, Chad, there you go, man. That's kind of my, hope that wasn't a downer in any way. It's just that's kind of my Record Store Day thing, if you will. And so I will be out there, and I'm sure I'll see a ton of people snagging up a bunch of stuff, and I'll be right there with them, just kind of enjoying the excitement of Record Store Day. So again, congratulations, man. Great contest, great question, and as always, we'll talk to you soon. All right, take care, man.